Greetings from Modi'in, Israel, Mu'adim Simha. I'm sitting here in my Sukkah on the second night of Sukkot, and I want to talk about two Pizmonim that I like to sing in the Sukkah. The first Pizmon is called Ramah Ebarai. It starts with the words Ramah Ebarai Ya'iduen Bil'ado. All 248 of my limbs, my entire body testify there is no other than God. And the reason I sing this in the Sukkah is because Sukkah is a mitzvah that's special because it's performed by the entire body. The entire body dwells in the Sukkah. The other night I was in Knesset and the rabbi was talking about this idea that Sukkah is a mitzvah performed by the entire body. And then after he spoke, the guy sitting in front of me turned to the guy sitting next to me and remarked, I know another such mitzvah that's performed the entire body, and it's Yishuv Eretz Yisrael, living in Israel. You do it with the entire body. And the guy sitting next to me turns back to the guy sitting in front of me, and he says, there's also mikveh. You immerse your entire body, into the waters. So there you go, another mitzvah for the entire body. After the prayers, thinking about this conversation, I turn to the guy in front of me and I say, the three mitzvot that you talked about they're all related. It's very interesting. Each one represents a different holiday. How so? The first one is the holiday that we just passed, Yom Kippur. Mikveh symbolizes Yom Kippur because in Yom Kippur we're purified from our sins. Indeed, the end of Masechet Yomah, Rabbi Akiva brings the pasuk, Mikveh Yisrael Adonai, and he says, Ma Mikveh metaheret atmeim, Av Kodesh Baruch Hu metaheret Yisrael. Just as Mikveh purifies those who are impure, God purifies Israel. And many have the custom before Yom Kippur to immerse in the mikveh to prepare themselves for the holiday. So after the body is purified on Yom Kippur, we have another mitzvah for the entire body, Sukkah, on Sukkot. And then the last mitzvah, Yishuv Eretz Yisrael, that symbolizes Shemini Aseret / Simchat Torah. How so? On Shemini Aseret we leave the Sukkah, which represents the wandering in the desert when we lived in Sukkot, and entering the home. The house is our homeland, Eretz Yisrael, the generation that entered the land of Israel, and perhaps for that reason, the Torah reading of Simchat Torah is the end of the Torah when Moshe bids farewell, the end of the generation of wandering in the desert in Sukkot, and the beginning of Sefer Yeshua is the Haftarah, the leader who brought us into our home, Eretz Yisrael. So that's why I like to sing Ramah Ebarai on Sukkot. The second Pizmon is מעוזי. This is a popular one for all Shalosh Regalim, and especially Sukkot, of course, written by Chacham Tefillah B'Tabush, who just passed away a little bit over 100 years ago. And the song is sung on Shalosh Regalim because it ends with the phrase Bo Asmach Shalosh Pa'amim Shana. And specifically, it's connected with Sukkot because the word Ma'ozi, the first word and the word that repeats, comes from the Mizmor of Sukkot. The full pasuk is Ki ata Elohei Ma'ozi lama sinahtani. You, my God, my stronghold, why have you forsaken me? So that Mizmor, as well as the Pizmor Ma'ozi, they're actually both very sad. It's ironic because Sukkot is supposed to be Zman Simchatenu, but we have a Pizmon that is anything but happy. It's full of bitterness and disappointment, and we're looking for God, but He's nowhere to be found. We beg Him for a sign that He's still with us, some consolation. And the Mizmor of Sukkot is also sad. It echoes that same sentiment, and you have to wonder why. In addition to the pasuk I mentioned before, Elohei Ma'ozi lama sinahtani, you have the pasuk, for example, Hayta li dim'ati lechem yomam v'layla be'emur elai kol yom Elohecha. My tears were my bread. All I ate day and night was my tears when everyone around me asked me and teased me, where is your God now? Seemingly it's not fitting at all for Sukkot. You got to wonder if someone missed the ball on this with a sad Mizmor. That's the first thing we say on Sukkot before our beat, and it's a bitter song. So I think that looking backwards, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, what we just experienced, you can imagine the atmosphere that contributed to this Mizmor and to why we have this Pizmon for Sukkot. On Yom Kippur, we had the gates of heaven were open. We poured our hearts out in prayer to Kadosh Baruch Hu. We said the words, Eloheinu Shebashamayim, Qareb lanu Chetz HaGeula. Bring closer to us the end time of redemption. Eloheinu Shebashamayim, Aseh Imanu Ot L'Tovah. Bring us a sign for good, some consolation that you're still with us. And then Yom Kippur finishes, a few days pass. Sukkot comes, it's the time where we should be gathering together in Yerushalayim, the Mikdash. And we have none of that, especially in the time of Hamad fell in Tevi Tabush over 100 years ago. They were still in Galut, the yoke of Yishmael. There's no access to the Yerushalayim, Mikdash. It's not there. It's not happening. And seemingly God has forgotten us. And perhaps everyone in Halab, they're feeling this disappointment year after year. And they turn to Hamad fell in Tevi Tabush and they say, our great sage, our great poet, surely he will lift our spirits. But he turns to them and says, no, I'm sad too. And it's okay to be sad. This is a sad time when we should be rejoicing, but we don't have what to rejoice because seemingly our prayers were not answered. And indeed, now on Sukkot, we still have to ask for the things that we didn't get on Yom Kippur that we so desperately need. And the only words that come to him when he's trying to compose a Pizmon are the words from Yom Kippur, Ma'uzi, Azkala Chetz, Ozbilama. We ask for the Chetz Agula, but the end time has come, yet we're still forgotten. And then, Imi Aseod Tova V'Nechama. Give me a sign for goodness, for consolation, because we have none. Just like we asked for on Yom Kippur, but we're still asking for it now. And we have the tears, and we have the Ma'uzi, our stronghold, why have you forgotten us? So, surely, in the days in which Acham, Rafal Tevi Dabush, composed this Pizmon, there was much to be said about, and there was a feeling that their prayers were not answered, and they were missing the consolation. But perhaps now, today we still have pain and tears and plenty of things that we're missing. But at least we have some sign of consolation, some sign that God is with us. We have come back to Israel, and perhaps that can console us a little bit, that God will bring to us the full redemption, the Geulah Shlema B'mehera B'yameinu Amen.